Hello everyone, it's Joel here from CLET USA. In this tutorial, we're going to cover the initial account creation process for Blink Learning. If you're using Impuls Deutsch in the online space, you'll be creating an account in Blink Learning. To get started, we're going to open up a web browser. We prefer that you use Google Chrome, or Safari would work too. In your web browser's address bar, we're going to go to www.blinklearning.com. Then we're going to click on Create Account. In order to create an account, we're going to need a book code. If you do not have a book code, please contact a service representative at CLET USA right away. Once you have your book codes in your email, we're going to highlight it, copy it, and paste it where it's necessary. Then we're going to type in our email address, our name, create a password, designate ourselves as a teacher, read the data protection policy. Where your school name is, we're going to indicate our school name. Select your school from the drop-down list if prompted, and then click Register. Once we create our account, we're going to see the product for the book code that we just activated. What we're going to need to do is go to the vertical toolbar on the right-hand side of the screen and click on Add Books. Then we're going to go back to our email, highlight the next book that we want to see, copy the code, paste it into the prompt, and click OK. In just a couple seconds, we should see the new book in our online library. I'm going to go back to my email and do the same thing for Zeigen. Click on Add Books, paste the code, and click OK. Finally, I'm going to copy the code for the teacher's manual, click Add Books, paste, and click OK. I now have 4 books in my Blink Learning platform. This is the ideal setup for anyone who's teaching Impuls Deutsch. We're now ready to create a classroom. To create a classroom, we're going to click on the orange bar that says Create Classroom. In this tutorial, we're going to generate a class code. Click on Generate Code. We now have 3 areas where we can input some data. I recommend that you leave level blank because these terms would then be added to your course title, and that may or may not be useful to you. The section field allows us to create a custom name. I'm going to call this course German 101. I'm going to also leave subject blank. I'm going to click Accept, and I've created a new classroom. This is the class code that my students will use to create their Blink Learning profiles. Within this classroom, titled German 101, I can see that I've got 0 students. I've got 1 teacher, that's me, and I've got 0 content. The next step to make this classroom complete is to add the content that we need. To do so, I'm going to click on Assign. The current prompt allows us to select the content from our main library. I'm going to select the ID1 Lernen workbook and click OK. The Lernen workbook is now added to my course. To add the Zeigen workbook, I'm going to go to the vertical toolbar on the right-hand side of the screen and click on Edit. Then I'm going to click on the green plus to add the second book. From my drop-down list, I can see the books in my library, and I want to select the Seigen workbook. Clicking OK will add the book to my course. If I'm using the blended bundle, that is, if my students are using the blended bundle, it's okay to stop here. My classroom is set up. It's important that we don't add any books to this course for which the students won't have a license. Any unlicensed product in this course is going to create licensure issues with the students. However, if I'm using the online bundle, I can add the online course book in the same way that I added the second book before. From the drop-down list, I'm going to select the Impuls Deutsch 1 course book and select OK. So if I'm using the online bundle, my course is now complete. However, to reiterate, I do not want to have any products in this course for which my students won't have a license. If my students are using the blended bundle, they will not have a license to the online course book. It's therefore imperative that I click on Edit and remove the online course book if my students are using the blended bundle. The next step will be to share this class code with my students so they can sign up for Blink Learning. For more help, visit cletusa.com/support. Remember to subscribe to this YouTube channel to stay up to date on news.